What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back, yes, to another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendations video. Guys, this is the video, the one where I go over every single book that is on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, trying to find out if there's any books truly worthy of speculating on. So that way you and me, we can try to make this hobby fund itself. But guys, that is not all. No, guys, I look at every single book on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff and I try to find all the best new books to pick up that have the amazing stories that we're all looking to read. Because if you're watching this video, obviously you like to speculate on books to try to make a little extra money on the side, because we do not want to miss out on those amazing stories. So speculation and recommendation is what this video is all about. Alright guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and cover my 3 weekly speculation reminders. If you guys are seasoned speculators or you guys have seen this video series before, guys, there are timestamps down in the description below. You guys can go right ahead and skip right ahead to Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. But if you guys are new to speculation or new to this video series, guys, listen to these 3 weekly speculation reminders. And the first reminder that I have for you guys every single week is the most important, and that is you guys have to do your own research. Guys, I'm going to present some information to you guys today, but what I need you to do is go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. It's not my money, it's your money. Now, the second reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. So sometimes a book will show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Now, the third and final reminder that I have for you guys is that I record this video on Thursday. Today is Thursday, May 2nd of 2024, and DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and all the independent publishers have until 5 p.m. on Friday, May 3rd, which is tomorrow, to lock in the books that are going to be on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, which means they can add or remove books after I've recorded this video. So I highly suggest you guys check these 2 places before you finalize your Final Order Cutoff orders. And the first place is the Comic Book Frontier. It is an awesome Facebook group run by my good friend Al. There's a link to it down in the description below, and he updates his Final Order Cutoff speculation all the way up to the order deadline dates, which we'll cover in just a second. But guys, that's another great place, and that is coverprice.com. It is a fantastic comic book website for all kinds of comic book needs, and they put out their Final Order Cutoff picks every single weekend. So make sure you guys are checking those 2 places before you finalize your orders, the Comic Book Frontier and coverprice.com. Guys, link down to both of those places down in the description below. Alright guys, so those are my 3 weekly speculation reminders. Let's go ahead and cover what this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates are. If you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that I'm going to talk about in today's video, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by May 5th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and May 6th for your Marvel and all the other independent publishers. Now, just a quick reminder, the big reason why you want to get your pre-orders in by these dates is because normally you can save up to 20% off the cover price of these books if you guys get your pre-orders in by these dates. There are multiple online retailers that give you that discount. You guys just need to do your own research. I'll have links to a couple of them down in the description below, but that is the big reason why you want to get your pre-orders in by these dates, to save that juicy 20% discount. Alright guys, that is this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates. Let's go ahead and dive right into our Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. There are so many great covers coming out on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I think could do well on the secondary market, either right out of the gate or in the future, like so many more than normal. So let's go ahead and dive into these covers. And first up is Batman 89 Echoes issue number 3 with the cover B variant, which is open order, done by W. Scott Forbes. We got Michelle Pfeiffer as the Catwoman on the cover, and who doesn't love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman? One of the best Catwomans yet. And next up is Harley Quinn issue number 40, the cover B variant, which is open order, done by Leslie Lyrics Lee. So good. This cover is so freaking good. People have already been talking about it in the Discord. Don't forget to join our Discord, which is linked down in the description below. This cover is absolutely fantastic. We had Harley Quinn back in her original costume. It's so good. And next up is Power Girl issue number 9. Now this is the cover C variant done by David Talaski. This cover is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I do personally feel that DC Comics should have made this a 1 in 25 and not open order, and made this cover a little bit more rare because the artwork is so good. But guys, this is a great cover and this could do well in the future. Now guys, next up is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue number 4 with a variant cover done by Alexander Lozano. This cover is freaking epic. Alexander Lozano is such a fantastic artist and he's showing his skills right here. This cover is amazing. Now guys, next up is Star Wars 47, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Carlo. I do not know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not even gonna try. I think this cover is really freaking cool. We got some really important characters on the front, but guys, I am not a gigantic Star Wars fan, so I'm not sure if this cover is cool enough to do well in the secondary market, but I'm throwing it out there because I personally think it's really cool, and if I think it's cool, I'm sure Star Wars fans are as well, but guys, do your own research. Now guys, next up is such a cool cover. This is Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime issue number 1 with the 1 in 10 ratio variant done by Gabriel Del Otto. This book is going to be written by Jason Aaron, and I am so excited to get my hands on this, and I am 100% going to get myself a copy of this cover right here because it is so good. It's definitely the best cover in my opinion. I also like the Elizabeth Torque cover as well. I'm just not sure if that cover is going to do well on the secondary market or not. Now guys, next up is Venom issue number 34, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Muhammad Asar. Totally butchering your name. I am so sorry, but your artwork is so amazing. And this Venom cover is like one of the coolest Venom covers I've seen in a long time. There is technically possibly something in the guts. I didn't like it, so I didn't add it to the gut section. But guys, this cover is so good. Now guys, next up is What If Venom issue number 5 with the 1 in 10 design variant done by Jesus Hervaz. Guys, this cover is so good. I love design variants, and this one, Venom is Moon Knight in this What If issue, and this cover is so good. We get the different forms of Moon Knight as Venom, and it's so cool. Now guys, next up is X-Men issue number 35 with the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Ben Harvey. I'm a huge Ben Harvey fan. This is a big moment in X-Men history with the age of Krakoa finally being over, which I'm overjoyed about because I didn't like it. And this is just, it's really freaking nice. We got Jean Grey, you got Cyclops. So good. So good. Now guys, next up is Universal Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives issue number 2, the cover F variant, which is the 1 in 75 ratio variant done by Christian Ward. Now, some of the covers from the first issue did really well on the secondary market. It did make the House of Stein top 10 list. I think 2 of them did. And this cover right here is so good. So good. Now this is obviously a ratio book, but there is an open order cover that I think is really good as well. It is the cover B variant done by Francis Manapul. Both are fantastic, but what the cover B variant has that the ratio cover does not is have a beautiful femme fatale in it, and this one is so good. Now guys, next up is One for Sorrow issue number 1, the cover C variant, which is the 1 in 10 ratio variant done by Tula Lote. This is a gorgeous cover. Tula Lote is such a great artist, and this cover for this new number 1 from Distillery is fantastic. Now guys, next up are all the big Marvel covers coming from Scotty Young. There are a lot of them, and I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. But guys, before you pick any of these up, make sure you guys are, doing your research, seeing what the community is saying about these books. I really don't know if these are gonna do well in the secondary market or not, but I wanna give you the information so that way you can do your research and make your own decisions. All right, guys. So first up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 51, the big Marvels variant, plus the 1 in 50 black and white ratio variant done by Scotty Young. Now, every single book moving forward is going to have the big Marvels variant plus the 1 in 50 black and white ratio variant for it. So I'm not going to say that every single time. I'm just going to say what the book is and then move on to the next one. All right, so remember, Big Marvel's variant, which is the colored, and then black and white 1 in 50. All right, guys, next up is Carnage issue number 8. I think I like the colored more than the black and white, but obviously the 1 in 50 is going to be a little bit more rare. Next up, Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue number 4. And this one, I like the black and white more than the color. And next up, we have Venom issue number 34. I don't really like either of these. I think Venom looks too cartoonish. Obviously, they're supposed to, but I don't like it. But guys, next up is Wolverine Blood Hunt issue number 1. I don't like either of these as well. And after that, the final Big Marvels cover is X-Men issue number 35, obviously with the colored in the 1 in 50 black and white ratio variant. And that's it, guys. Those are all my cover lover picks. That's so many more than we've had in weeks. Some really good covers on there that I think could do well on the secondary market. But guys, we got to move on to the next section, which are my second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. All right, guys, one thing to point out before we dive into these books is there are no facsimile books on this weekend's Final Order cutoff. Now, obviously, that could change because I'm recording this video on Thursday, but hopefully there's not. There's been too many facsimile books as of late, and I don't like it. I think, Marvel and DC needs to pull back on that and just, just do their books. Stop focusing so much on second prints and facsimiles. But, guys, we got to cover these second prints and facsimiles. So, first up, it's the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 2 with the second print variant done by Humberto Ramos. I don't have the artwork for this just yet, but hopefully by the time I'm editing this video, I will have it. But guys, after that is the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 2 with the second print Virgin ratio variant done by Carmen Carnero. Keep an eye on those, guys. The 1 in 25s for second prints tend to do really well on the secondary market. But guys, after that is Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red issue number 1 with the second print variant done by Alex Maleev. And guys, guess what? After that is Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red issue number 1, the second print 1 in 25 Virgin ratio variant done by David Marquez. And after that is Ultimate Black Panther issue number 3 with the second print variant done by Stefano Casilli. And after that is Ultimate Black Panther issue number 3 with the second print 1 in 25 Virgin ratio variant done by Boss Logic. Now this, as a virgin, is really freaking good. I can see this book right here doing really well on the secondary market. It is a gorgeous cover. Now obviously this is just taking the cover art from the original printing and making it a virgin, but guys, this is so freaking good. Now guys, after that we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2 with the 4th print variant done by Marco Cicchetto. And the last one is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2, the 4th print blank variant. All right, guys, those are all the second print facsimiles and beyond. Sadly, there is no books with anything in the gut. I read the synopsis for every single book from DC Comics and Marvel Comics. There was nothing. There was one book from Marvel, the Venom issue number 34, but they're just reintroducing a character from the past, and that is not speculation in my opinion at all. So there's nothing in the guts. So we can go ahead and move right into my spec picks of the week. All right, guys, this is a week to be cautious because there is no books with anything in the gut, so these are going to be pure cover buys. Now, that does not mean these books will not do well on the secondary market, because if you've been watching the House of Stein top 10 list, there's been so many just cover books on his list over the last year that covers do sell. So we're going to go ahead and cover the covers that I think are the best bets. Definitely do your own research. Make sure you guys are confident with your own opinions on these books after doing your research before spending any additional money on these books. So let's go ahead and cover these. And I think first up, I'm going to pick Harley Quinn issue number 40, the cover B, done by Leslie Lyrics Lee. I think this style of artwork is becoming more and more popular as of late. I personally do not love all of the artwork that looks like this, but this one right here is really freaking good. Got Harley Quinn in her original costume, and I think it'd be silly to pass this cover up. Now, after that, I think I'm going to go with Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime, issue number 1, the 1 in 10 ratio variant done by Gabriel Del Otto. There are some higher ratio covers, but they're not as good as this one. This one is so great. I kind of like that Marvel did make this the 1 in 10 and not the 1 in 50, and so it is going to be a little bit more rare, but it's not going to be impossible to find. And so I think a lot of collectors are going to be able to get their hands on this. But guys, think in the future, after this book is done being published and new kids find out about this and they see this amazing artwork, I think it could do well. Now after that, there is the What If Venom issue number 5, the 1 in 10 design variant done by Jesus Hervaz. it's just so cool. You got the amazing character of Moon Knight and Venom mashed up, and the artwork on this cover is so good, and it's a 1 in 10. Now, there's also the Venom issue number 34, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Mahmoud Assar. That is, in my opinion, so fantastic, and it is the one book that had a little bit of something in the guts, but nothing worthy of me telling you guys about it, because I really don't think it's anything, but something tiny plus that amazing cover. It is so freaking good. And guys, truly after that, we have Universal Monsters, A Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, issue number 2, the 1 in 75 by Christian Ward. I think is like over the moon, like so freaking good. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and move down to the second print, 1 in 25s. I think you guys really need to consider the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 2, the 1 in 25 Virgin Ratio variant done by Carmen Carnero. These 1 in 25s, for some reason, do really well on the secondary market. The second print ones, I mean. And after that, you got to keep an eye on both Star Wars Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red, issue number 1, the second print, 1 in 25 Virgin Ratio variant done by David Marquez. Again, these 1 in 25 second prints do so well on the secondary market, but I think the creme de la creme of all the books that we've talked about is going to be the Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 3, the second print, 1 in 25 Virgin Ratio variant done by Boss Logic. The best cover out of all of them. It's so good. It's a 1 in 25 second print, so it's not going to be like hugely ordered, so yeah, that's probably the book to go after. If you can score yourself one of those, you'll most likely be able to make a profit on the secondary market. All right, guys, so those are my spec picks of the week. Do your own research, but definitely highly consider the Ultimate Black Panther issue number 3, the 1 in 25 Virgin Ratio variant. All right, guys, we can go ahead and move over to the next section, which is my final order cutoff recommendations to read. I found 2 books on this weekend's final order cutoff that you guys cannot miss. These stories sound so freaking good. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one, and it is Grommets issue number 1. Now this is coming from the fantastic writer of Rick Remender and Brian Posen, and has art by Monero Dinicio. I'm butchering your name, Monero, but your artwork looks absolutely fantastic from the images I've seen so far. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this. 2 best friend outcasts navigate the Sacramento suburbs of 1984, a great year to grow up, where they find a home in skateboard culture and punk rock. On one side of the coin, Grommets is an authentic look at 80s skate culture, a snapshot of a generation that turned skating into a worldwide phenomenon. On the other, it's a heartfelt coming-of-age story that follows 2 friends from troubled homes as they navigate their damage in an era where no one cared. That just sounds exactly like the type of book that I absolutely love. I love coming-of-age stories. Stephanie's not a huge fan of them, but I love them so freaking much. It's just, I don't know. They hit something in me, and it's so enjoyable to me. I love it. And the artwork in this book looks so good. It's written by one of my favorite writers, Rick Remender, and it's just, I have a feeling this book is going to be really good. The only thing that's a little sad to me, this is only going to be a 7-issue miniseries, but guys, the covers for issue number 1 are absolutely fantastic. I love the cover A. There's a cover B, which is a 1 in 10 done by David Lampram and Monero Dinicio. And there's also a 1 in 20 done by John Wasak, which is like, an arcade cabinet, and it's so good. And the last one, which is a 1 in 25 done by Andrew Robinson, is so good. That's probably my favorite, and I'm definitely going to get my hands on that one, but I kind of want to pick up all of them. Am I crazy to say that? I don't know. All these covers are so great, and the story sounds so good. Now, guys, the other book, which sounds so good, is Kill All Immortals, issue number 1. Now, this is coming from the writer of Zach Kaplan and has art by Fico Asio. Totally butchering your name, I apologize. But guys, just listen to the synopsis and look at this cover A. It is so good. So, Succession meets John Wick with immortal Vikings. What? You just blew my mind with that statement right there. But let's continue. 1,000 years ago, Viking explorer Eric the Red, and his 4 adult children discovered a mysterious source of immortality. Now, in our modern world, they are an enigmatic billionaire family with a powerful banking empire. But when Eric's only daughter, Freya Asvold, seeks to finally be free from her family's influence, she must be prepared to reveal their supernatural secrets and confront her well-trained siblings in a deadly and epic struggle for power. Get ready for a bloodthirsty, immortal fight like no other. What? After I read that, I was like, what? How did I miss this on previews? This looks so good. The cover A is absolutely fantastic. The cover B is okay, but the cover C, which is a 1:10 ratio variant done by Raphael Albuquerque, is also really freaking good. You get the main character, which is going to be the daughter holding 2 bloody axes. Definitely getting the cover A in that 1:10. They are just so freaking good. But those are the 2 books that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that you guys cannot miss. The stories sound too good. Make sure you guys are telling either your local comic shop about them, so that way you can guarantee you get yourself a copy, or pre-order them now when they're on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, so you can, again, guarantee that you're getting your hands on these books. Alright guys, there were a couple covers on next week's New Comic Book Day that we got to talk about, because I think they could do well on the secondary market. Alright guys, there is only one new book that's coming out on next week's New Comic Book Day, and the rest are second prints. I know, but some of these second print covers are really freaking good. So let's go ahead and cover the books that are coming out on next week's New Comic Book Day, which is May 8th of 2024. And the first one up is Giant Size X-Men issue number 1 with the 1:25 ratio variant done by Phil Noto. Now obviously this cover is absolutely fantastic. You got Angel and Archangel, the 2 personalities of this amazing character. But there's also something a little bit in the guts, and I forgot to double check what it was before I'm recording this video, so I'll put it up on screen as well. But this cover is freaking fantastic. Now the rest of the books are second prints, so let's go ahead and cover these. First up is Web of Spider-Man issue number 1 with a second print variant done by Ryan Brown. This is freaking awesome. This is such great artwork. It's fantastic, and yeah, I think this could do well in the future. Next up is Rat City issue number 1 with the second print design variant done by Z Carlos. So cool. So cool. I love design variants, and this one featuring this new Spawn character that's set a little bit off into the future. It looks really freaking cool. And after that, we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 3, not 2, 3. The second print 1:25 version ratio variant done by Marco Cicchetto. It's a 1:25 second print. I think you guys gotta at least take a look at this, and I think most likely this will do well on the secondary market. And there's one more cover. This is Marvel Superhero Secret War issue number 5, the facsimile 1:25 ratio variant done by Francisco Mobili. It's a great cover. I hate saying that because I don't like these facsimile books that are putting brand new covers that are just so great. It should just have the original artwork on the cover, but they have this awesome 1:25. It's really cool, and I think it will do well in the secondary market. But guys, those are the 5 covers that I found on next week's New Comic Day that I think could do well. So guys, keep an eye out for those. All right guys, we are at the end of today's video, so let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of today's video, and if you guys are still watching, I just gotta say thank you, and I just gotta let you know, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. And the kids are finally back in school. It's so nice to have a nice quiet house to do my research for my videos, to record my videos, to edit my videos, and just peace and quiet. I love my kids so much, but man, they can be a lot. But guys, they're gone. I have a full week next week. Work does seem like it's gonna be busy, but I hopefully will have enough prepared that I can shoot my 3rd video, which will be some product showcasing of some new bags that I've been waiting to record. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. And I'm just excited for, more content on the channel. All right, guys, have yourself a great weekend and a great Final Order Cutoff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.